America and whether they lie here in this country or somewhere else. We do not know where the pole is of his loyalty. We suspect it does not lie in Washington, D.C. This is the Savage Nation. I'll take your calls on any topic you wish. Portland, Oregon. Charles, welcome to the program. Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Dr. Savage. There's a rewriting of American history and American ideals. Voices from the past to voices of the present. Ask not what you can do for your country, but ask what you can take from my country.
You mean Obama's telling the world, ask what you can take from my country? Is that your suggestion?
That's the feeling I have. Anybody who's here or in our reach, they can ask for what they want and take what they want.
Well, it didn't happen by accident. You know, there's an interesting editorial along those lines I put up on michaelsavage.com. My own headline is Obama Threatens Friends and Bows to Enemies. It was written by Michael Goodwin of the New York Post. I highly recommend it. It's a short editorial. He called it BAM's Days of the Week. And he said President Obama is the backward man. Teddy Roosevelt's advice to speak softly and carry a big stick was meant as a guide to successful foreign relation. Obama has completely muddled the message. He speaks softly to foreign adversaries and uses the big stick on American dissenters. Iran and Syria are wooed endlessly with carrots, apologies, and promises. They respond with taunts and threats and pay no penalty. North Korea sinks a South Korean ship, and our Secretary of State says it means no more business as usual. That's an admission has been business as usual even after the Looney Kingdom tested nukes. The Mexican president comes to Washington and berates American citizens for expressing their views through the democratic process, and Obama shamefully nods in agreement. A State Department aide apologizes to China about our treatment of illegal immigrants. Remember that one of last week? Meanwhile, American fat cat bankers and greedy doctors and sundry opponents, he's putting them in quotes, are demonized as enemies of the state. In other words, Obama attacks doctors, attacks talk show hosts, attacks bankers as demons. And they respond by sullenly surrendering the healthcare and financial industries to big government. Welcome to a double disaster. America now has a foreign policy that is a dangerous flop, and a homeland as bitterly divided as ever. And don't forget 10% unemployment and skyrocketing deficits and debt. Heck of a job, Mr. President. That's the Obama record, he writes. Just because he won't face it or even answer questions about it doesn't mean the rest of us must ignore it. America is in trouble, and Obama can't be counted on to save her. And he goes on. He's not going to change. He is who he is. And what you see is what you're going to get for as long as he is president. Obama has made two fundamental decisions, and both are making us weaker. He is putting America on bended knee around the world, and he is centralizing in the political class more and more power over the domestic economy. His goal of trading America's old friends and allies for new ones threatens to leave us more isolated than before. The old ones are mad and suspicious, and the new ones don't want to be our friends. How exactly have Russia and China reciprocated our self-abasement? They haven't. But we have managed to cause angst and anger in Britain, Israel, and Eastern Europe. Read about it on michaelsavage.com. It's a great editorial. It's a short one by Michael Goodwin. It's the Savage Nation. San Diego, Jeff, you're up in the Savage Nation. Go ahead, please.
Michael, the nefarious hypocrisy of the left is truly frightening. If this was a Republican in office in regards to the oil spill, there would be marches in the streets. Where were the anti-war people when Obama, put 30,000 more troops for the troop surge in Afghanistan? There wasn't even a peep. The whole issue with Arizona, okay, illegal immigration, it is a serious problem. All Obama can say is, hey, if you're stopped in Arizona, adios amigos, this is our president. Seems like everything this guy has done is completely to weaken America.
Right, we know that. And Obama has done so because he's following his playbook. This is what you get from a college teacher who was made president. He's experimenting with every faculty lounge theory he has ever heard or offered. He has no idea what he's doing. He is blind to his own damage. He's blind to the damage he's doing to America, both domestic and foreign, and he could care less. The fact of the matter is, we the people see it. His ratings are lower than ever, and we are stuck with him. I will tell you right now, if the election were held today, even the old warhorse, Tom the Shame McCain, John the Shane McCain, would win by 25 points. This president has divided the nation in a way greater than seen since the United States Civil War. This man is using a tactic devised by many other petty dictators entitled divide and conquer. But this is nothing new to America. We've seen it before. Unfortunately, you've not seen it at the level of the highest office. This is something you would have expected from a Huey Long, not from a Barack Obama. But I expect nothing less from the verminous liberal media, the crypto-fascists of today. Just remember, they are not the liberals that they pretend to be. They are the crypto-fascists that we have feared all of our lives. But let's put aside the political discourse, and let's talk about brass tacks. They're incompetent as well. Everything they touch fails. Tell me how they are getting away with the greatest ecological disaster in American history. Why was the Army Corps of Engineers not called immediately? Why is Louisiana being forced to develop the sand berms themselves while Janet Napolitano studies those pesky anti-abortionists and those nasty conservatives on the radio and those questionable returning Army veterans and those evil militia types in Michigan? Maybe if she took her head out from behind her cliff notes given to her by the despicable left-wing fanatics at the Southern Poverty Law Center, maybe then we'd have a real Homeland Security Secretary. I'll be right back.
Savage.